Hello everyone, we are back today to talk about a pretty affordable kit of memory that has just slid across our desk, the PNY XLR8 Gaming Epic X RGB 200MHz memory. While affordable, it does have quite a bit up its proverbial sleeve, so let's dive right in. As usual, let's start with the unboxing first. The PNY XLR8 Gaming Epic X RGB comes in a rather premium packaging, none of that single-use blister packaging that requires you to rip it apart to get the RAM out. Instead, you get a nice cardboard box with all the supported RGB platforms on the front and some basic specifications and information over on the back. There's a small cutout here too to show off the XLR8 branding for whatever reason. Most of the time, I usually see cutouts to show off a serial number for easier identification, but I guess PNY has their own reasons for doing this. In the cardboard box lies a plastic tray which protects the RAM further. I like that it is clear, allowing you to appreciate the RAM's design before you lay your fingerprints on it. Not like you will leave any fingerprints because it sports a nice matte finish for the metal heat spreader on top of a rich pattern for style. On the top is a plastic-like bar that helps diffuse the lighting coming from the LEDs under it. PNY made sure that the XLR8 branding was applied generously so you won't mistake it for a RAM from another brand. The PNY XLR8 Gaming Epic X RGB DDR4 memory here are based on the Hynix CGR memory ICs, which we have some prior experience overclocking. These are quite impressive, and while the XMP profile of 3200MHz CL16 might seem pretty basic, the 1.35V voltage setting also means that this XMP profile will work with pretty much any system you can enable XMP on. Before I get into overclocking and performance testing, the only complaint that I have here is that the lighting doesn't flow nearly as smoothly as some more premium kits do. The heat spreader's ridges also means there's a slightly less ideal contact with the memory ICs underneath, but memory doesn't produce much heat at all, and at 1.35V, you can essentially run them without heat spreaders anyway. Now, one thing that's worth noting is that we only receive one stick of memory to play with, so the bandwidth numbers are significantly lower than what you might have seen in our earlier memory reviews. With that out of the way, let's get into the numbers. We get 24GB per second read, 22GB per second write, and 26GB per second copy with a low latency of 49.6 nanoseconds with the default XMP profile. Scaling up to 3500MHz at the XMP timings, we get to achieve 28GB per second read, 24GB per second write, and 28GB per second copy, which is excellent. The latency also goes down a little to 45.8 nanoseconds. Loosening the timings to 16-20-20-36 at 1.45V got us to 3800MHz, which is pretty good, and the latency is even lower at 45.6 nanoseconds. Bandwidth also increased to 30GB per second read, 27GB per second write, and 30GB per second copy. As we threw on even looser timings of 19-25-25-45, we got all the way to 4500MHz with 1.45V. Here, we are looking at 32GB per second read, 31GB per second write, and 33GB per second copy. Although latency has increased a little bit to 46.2 nanoseconds due to the looser timings. Now, for the most impressive part, the PNY XLR8 Gaming Epic X RGB DDR4 memory is only priced at RM149 for the 8GB stick of the 3200MHz CL16 memory we tested here. That makes it the most affordable RGB memory we have tested thus far, and yet it also manages to overclock quite well, while also looking pretty good with or without the RGB lighting. It even spots a temperature sensor on the memory itself, which helps if you want to check whether memory overheating is causing you any issues when you're troubleshooting. If you're looking for an affordable kit of RGB RAM, I would say just get the XLR8 Gaming Epic X RGB. I know the name is quite a mouthful, but I think it is worth remembering when you're shopping for memory. And that's it for our review of the XLR8 Gaming Epic X RGB 3200MHz CL16 memory. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, make sure to follow our Instagram, and like our Facebook page for more content like this as well. I'm Vincent Chan from Porter.net, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!